And welcome back to Love Your Food. This week we have this super simple and delicious drink for you. This is a roasted barley and chia tea with coconut milk. We don't really have a name for it, but that's the basic construction of it. Before we get started, I'd like to remind everyone that we have an affiliate link with Chef's Temp. If you need a kitchen thermometer or meat probe, please check out the link in the description below and use code LOVEYOURFOOD on checkout for 15% off your order. In the meantime, here's our ingredients. We're starting with some pot barley, some just plain raw chia seeds, some water, and some coconut milk. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take the pot barley and we're going to toast this or roast this. We have a little convection toaster oven we're going to toss that into until they get nice and dark. Now you can toast these however dark you want. It really depends on the flavor you want out of this. And then we're just going to pop these into our mortar and pestle and give them a little crack. Now, if you don't have a mortar and pestle, you can do this with a rolling pin or something in a Ziploc bag or anything like that. Whatever works for you. We have this. It works for us, so we're going to use this. And again, really, you want this to be as fine as it'll release more flavor the finer it is. So we're just going to get that nice and fine in there. We're going to set this aside into our measuring cup. And then on top of that, we're going to add in our boiling water. So we've got our nice fresh boiled water here. Now this is going to steep for some time. We're going to cover this so it doesn't lose too much water to evaporation. We're going to cover this and let this steep for at least half an hour. Again, it really sort of depends on how much flavor you want in your tea. The longer you steep it, the more intense it's going to be. So you can see there, it has a really changed color. You've got all that nice roasted barley flavor in there. At this point, it's basically just barley tea, which is a very popular drink in a lot of Asian countries. We're going to drop in our chia seeds into a jar, and then we're going to strain our barley tea in there. And you don't want the big chunks of barley, although there's no problem with having the barley in there. It's fine. Some people may not like the texture. It's just barley that has been steeped in water. It's got a lot of fiber in it. It might be a textural issue for some people, so you might want to leave it out, but it's perfectly healthy. It's not going to hurt you in any way. Now what we're doing with the chia here is we want that to sort of thicken. Chia will bloom and it will make a little mucilage in there, which adds this kind of jelly texture. It's almost like miniature little boba pearls. So we're going to give that a good stir. We're going to let this get down to room temperature at least, and then we're going to pop this in the fridge overnight. Now, ideally, you want to leave this actually for a couple of days, so this isn't a drink you make and then drink it right away. You want this to sit for a couple of days so that all of that chia has a chance to bloom and really, gets that nice texture to it. Now, we're going to measure this. We're going to do 2/3 of a cup of the barley tea and chia mixture into the glass, and then 1/3 cup of the coconut milk. Now, you can sweeten this if you'd like. We didn't because we like it just as it is without any sweetening. But if you wanted to add some simple syrup to this, then that would be fine. You can do whatever you like to this. We don't really feel like it needs any sweetening because it's quite delicious as it is. The coconut milk really carries a lot of flavor. The barley tea is very flavorful. It almost gives a slight hint of a flavor of chocolate in there. We're going to add in some ice cubes. You could also drink this hot. It would be fine to drink this warm, heat it up. You could microwave it for a little while. It would be just fine. It would be delicious. And it really all depends on how you want to drink it. And that's it. That's the whole thing. Super simple, very easy. It does take a little pre-planning. You want to make sure you start it the day before or a couple of days before so that it has time for all the chia to bloom. And that's the whole thing. We really hope you'll give this one a try. It is extremely refreshing and really delicious. If you like this recipe, please do like and subscribe. And if you have any recipes you'd like to see Chef Caleb try on the channel, please let us know in the comments below. We'd like to thank our patrons over on Patreon. I'll put a link in the description below if you'd like to support us there. And remember to love your food.